Okay, welcome back guys. So today we're doing another how-to tutorial, a beginner's guide for the Plague. Plague's a killer that I very rarely see when I play a survivor. I'm not sure why. I think she's got good powers, got good abilities, and we'll have a look at her 3 teachable perks. We're going to look at some hints and tips how to play, and finally we'll have a look at the gameplay itself. So, looking at her 3 teachable perks, the first one is Corrupt Intervention. Basically, the entity is going to block the 3 generators, normally to the ones furthest away from you, for up to 80, 100, 120 seconds, depending what level you've got it on. So survivors can't touch them generators while that's up there, so it's very good for slowdown play if you want to put pressure on straight away. The next one is Infectious Fright. Once you down a survivor, any other survivor that's in your terror radius will scream, giving a location away. Again, there's some settings with that. It's 4, 5 or 6 seconds, so it's a good one, especially if playing survivor friends, very altruistic teams around you. You'll find out if anyone's around. The last one is Dark Devotion. Basically, you have an obsession in the game. If you hit that obsession, they will then emit your terror radius basically of 32 meters for 20, 25 or 30 seconds. In that meantime, your terror radius is 0, so it's very good if you want to pass that terror radius on to someone else, and then you can look at sneak attacks on survivors. It's going to confuse the map, let's say. So let's have a look at her powers. So the power that she's got is the Vile Purge. It basically means you are throwing it on people. When you throw it on someone, it's going to infect them, or if they touch anything that you've thrown up on, that's going to infect them as well. Eventually, if that survivor doesn't cleanse, they will go into the broken status, which means you can hit them once and they will go down. You'll see at the bottom how far they've gone, how much they are infected, and it's a really good perk to have, and there is some hints for using that as well. But let's have a look at the basic stats for the Plague first. So looking at the basic stats, her speed is 4.6 meters per second, or 115%, so that's pretty standard. Her terror radius is 32 meters, so quite a high terror radius there, but again pretty much standard there. A Vile Purge, so when you're throwing it on someone, it takes 1.6 seconds to charge. The maximum range of that is 32 meters, so you can hit somebody within 32 meters, just like throwing an object at them, but you've got your vomit to do that. So I'm showing an example of that. So if you see, you can see the survivor, and once they're in your path, just throw up and that'll infect them. So the Vile Purge, you can also, like you said in that video, infect objects for 35 seconds, and it does take a survivor around 6 seconds to cleanse. So if you are going past the generator, like I do here, just throw up on that, that'll be infected now for 35 seconds. You can upgrade your powers, so you can have the Corrupt Purge. Basically, Corrupt Purge lasts 60 seconds. You do that by ingesting it from the pool Devotion, or if all survivors cleanse, that'll give you your powers automatically. It's 1.6 seconds to ingest, but when you've got your Corrupt Purge, you can hit the survivor with it, and they will go into different statuses. So if they're fully healed, they'll go into broken status. If they're already broken, once you hit them, so it's very good power to have, because it gives you that distance to hit them with as well. Like I said, it takes 1.6 seconds to ingest. Like you've just seen what I've done there, ingested it, and that gives them the powers. So some of the tips for using the Plague: use your Vile Purge on gens and pallets. So I very rarely see people doing that, but if you do that, it stays on there for 35 seconds. Again, all the stats I'm giving you are without add-ons, so you might be able to increase them. Use the Vile Purge to get the broken status, so if you're chasing someone, just keep throwing up on them. Use the Vile Purge for loops, so throw up basically on the pallets. There's 5 that touches it, they'll be infected. And I've put on there, use Corrupt Purge wisely. So you're going to have 1 pool Devotion on there. You can upgrade that with the add-ons, but generally you'll have 1 pool Devotion. Survivors are clever, sometimes they won't cleanse, so they're taking away your Corrupt Purge, or if they cleanse away from where all the action is, meaning you have to go out of the way to get your powers there. So try to use that wisely where you can. So that's a few tips in that for the Plague. So what we're going to do now, we're going to have a look at the gameplay. It is quite a short game, but hope it'll give you everything that indication of everything that I've said there. So we're playing on Coldwind Farm. So right, so you can see straight away I've got Corrupt Intervention. The 3 generators at the far side are blocked. I do have Ruin on there. I know people are going to say, oh, you've got Pop as well, but that's my backup. So I'm throwing up on the generator, so if any survivors touch them, Oh, we've got someone. Oh, no, Mither. Oh, no, Mither. Not sure how you actually pronounce that. So, right. So I've thrown up on his friend. I'm going to pick one David up. I'm presuming he's probably gone near the pallet here. But what I'm trying to do, right, I can hear him. So again, because I've thrown it on him, he's coughing, he's spluttering, he's vomiting. I could hear him round the corner. So we'll get him picked up and put him up. What I try to do, guys, is try to get everyone infected as much as possible. It's going to waste some time. Like it said, it's 6 seconds to cleanse. They've got to go find the pool. So it's going to waste time. So I'll get her hit there. So if you notice, this David isn't actually infected. So me watching this back now, I'm thinking what I should do is when I hug him, I should really throw up on him, because what's going to happen is when a survivor comes to rescue him, and I don't do that, so it's a mistake for me, when a survivor comes to rescue him, oh, a couple of survivors there, they'll get infected. So whoever's picking this David up, yeah, they're going to, you can see there at the bottom left, it's showing that it's gone green or yellow around them. So that means that person's infected. Right, so we'll get her hooked up and I'm going to throw up on her this time. Yep, so I didn't do that first time, so I'll get her infected. And that's again only if anybody touches her, so... Right. Oh, this David's messed up. He might have DS, maybe, not sure. No, he hasn't. Right, so we'll get him hooked up. Throw up on him because he's not infected, I don't think. Right, let's go hunt some survivors. So we've got good pressure on at the moment. To be honest, this team have had a bit of a nightmare start. So that generator now is infected, and like I said, it will stay infected now for 35 seconds. When they touch it, they will start coughing and throwing up. I'm sure there's someone around here, but there we go. Right, so he's hung up. The other one hasn't been infected, but I can see, because I've got barbecue and chili as well, where the survivors are. Oh, and there's my ruin gone. So this is where pop will come into effect now. So I don't mind too much. Right. So you can see she's in the broken status. That's not someone that I've hit previously. If you rewind, you can see she was infected near the beginning when the two of them ran, and once I'd infected her, she hasn't cleansed, so eventually she's went into the broken status. So it's allowed me to just become a one-hit killer, basically. So someone's cleansed there, so you heard that noise there, someone has cleansed, so it doesn't make any difference, especially if we're running no either. But they've decided to cleanse anyway. Now, also, if there's people wet a generator, so if someone's infected and they're wet a generator, they'll infect that generator, and anybody else that works on it with them, they'll start getting infected too. So it has such a good snowball effect. But as I say, good teams generally won't cleanse as much, but that's a risk they're taking, because as I say, eventually become broken and you're like a tier 3 Myers. Right, so that's that David dead now. So rescue's been made. If you look, they're all infected at the bottom there. So I don't know why I'm throwing up on her here, but I'm going to leave her. She's only just come off the hook. Nice dead ad. Oh, wonder where he could be. Alright, so you can see there the effect this had. It's infected the locker and give quite a big telltale sign of where he was at. Right, that's him dead as well. You can cancel your vomit just like I would done there, so You don't. Once you've done it, you don't have to commit to it. Right, she maybe has decisive. Has it ran out? Possibly ran out there. Right. So we get her hooked. That's it. So it's quite a quick game to show you. As I say, unfortunately for these survivors, it didn't have the best of starts. The pressure was on straight away with the two Davids being hooked. But hopefully let's just give you a little bit of an indication. So see if we can find this last survivor before she finds a hatch. So you can see there she's been working on that generator. I've never been anywhere near it, and she is in a broken status as well, so it's not looking too good for her at the moment. I think she probably makes it. Oh, she doesn't. Right, we'll just put her in the basement. So as I say, with this game, hopefully you've seen the knock-on effect it's had, you know, in regards to putting them into broken status. The Laurie, you know, I never hit her once, but got her with my vomit, and I only hit her once with the vomit, and the effect it's had on her has been quite big, because she's ran around in broken status all game. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, give it a quick like, drop me a comment, let me know how you get on with the plague, share the video, and if you haven't already done so, please press that subscribe button and check out all the other videos on my channel. Thanks, guys.